Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a very exciting video. We have new hero support, specifically Neos, but it's supposed to work well with all heroes, so we'll go ahead and check that out. There's new Utopia support, and again, more hero support is the main core of this video. And if you guys are excited about this is going to be awesome. New Stardust synchro. I mean, man, they're really doing a lot of good work over here. If you're excited about new heroes as well as Stardust cards, drop a like on this video because we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. So, starting right off, we have Elemento hero Spirit of Neo. So, it's a level 7 light warrior effect monster, 2500 attack and 2000 defense points. And it says you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of the effect is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you disperse summon this card from your hand in defense position. If you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. The second part of the effect is if this card is spell summoned, you get to add one spell/trap that mentions an elemental hero monster name or one polymerization from your deck. That's a really good effect. And then the third effect is, during your main phase, you get to shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, disperse one elemental hero normal monster from your deck. Oh, if it was just any hero from the deck, that would have been absolutely insane. I mean, keep in mind, you do have to wait for your opponent to have a turn. Usually, that just doesn't work well in, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And they have to declare the attack. They more than likely would just negate this effect. If this card's effect could not be negated, that would be pretty good. It just can't be destroyed by battle. So, I don't know. I think most people will just stop it and just OTK you anyways, but nonetheless, they tried to make it pretty good though. Next up, we have Elemento hero Shining Neos Wingman. So it's a level 8 light warrior fusion effect monster, 3100 attack, 2500 defense points, and its materials are one Elemental hero Neos plus one Wingman fusion monster. Must be fusion summoned. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part is, if this card is special summoned, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of different attributes on the field. The second part is, it gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard, and it cannot be destroyed by effects. The third part of it says, if this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. So a pretty massive attack, could potentially get it up to be even higher. It's just any monster, it doesn't even have to be heroes. There might be some cheesy way to like use some sort of like fusion that makes this card and then one-shot your opponent. Someone will figure it out. Especially if you're playing like the OCG where you can actually run 3 copies of grass, right? Or maybe in Master Duel, because that also has triple grass. Next up, though, we have the Cross Keeper, which is a level 2 Dark Warrior effect monster. 400 attack, 400 defense points. Says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Each once per turn. So the first part of it says you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to special one elemental hero or Neospatian monster from your hand or graveyard, but if you special summon it from the graveyard, its effects are negated. Wow. That's unfortunate. Like, if this part didn't have it, or if it just special summon from the deck, that'd be amazing too. Interesting card effect for sure, plus it's dark. Next up, we have Engage Neo Space. So this card is a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card except for fusion monsters. Send one Neospatian monster and one Elemental hero monster to the graveyard, one from your hand and one from your deck. Special one Neospatian monster or one level 5 or higher Elemental hero monster from your deck. If it's an Elemental hero Neos, it gains 1000 attack, and if you do, you get to add a polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Oh, if it just had one card that listed polymerization in its text, that'd be so much better. Next up, though, we have Instant Contact, which is a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first part of it says pay 1000 life points, supposed to summon one level 7 or lower Elemental hero or Neospatian monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Wow. But if you do not have Elemental Neos on your field or in the graveyard, the summon monster can't attack and its effects are negated. Also return to the extra deck during the end phase. This could be pretty big. I'm not sure it's any Elemental hero or Neospatian. This card effect is so good. It's literally like instant fusion, but even better. Okay, so you just have to have an Elemental hero Neos on the field, and that's a permanent. It's not when it's summoned. Okay, that could be interesting. I wonder if you're gonna figure out some combos to copy the name, and then it has the name, and I wonder if that would change. But I'm considering it if it has to exist permanently on the field versus when it's summoned. That could be something that could be you'll have to consider. Anyways, next up we have Ian Wave, which is a continuous spell card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of it says if your Elemental hero monsters is used as material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard or banished, you special one Neospatian monster or one Elemental hero Neos from your deck. The second part is if a Neospatian monster or monsters and or Elemento hero Neos is shuffled from your field and or graveyard into your deck and or extra deck, you just special summon one Elemento hero monster from your graveyard. At least that one doesn't negate the effect. Now that's a continuous too. Okay. Next up though, we have Fusion Over, which is a quick play spell card. Looks like, is that Rainbow Dragon in the background too? Says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target one face-up monster in the field. Reveal one Elemento hero monster, one Neospatian monster, or one level 10 monster from your hand, deck, or extra deck. And if you do the targeted monster as a fusion material this turn, you can treat its name as the revealed monsters. Also, if you have Elemental Hero Neos on your field and or in your graveyard, you get to send the revealed monster to the graveyard. Otherwise, if it was revealed from the hand, shuffle into the deck. Oh, this is really cool. Being able to dump something really good. Again, I don't know if people are going to try to figure out like a miracle synchro fusion plays with this, because this actually opens up the doors to a lot of different things in the game. There's just so much potential with all of these new support cards. Next up, we have Favorite Contact, which is a normal trap card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first part is special summon one fusion monster from your extract that lists a hero monster as material by placing the materials on the bottom of the deck in any order among the cards in your hand, on your field, and in your graveyard, and or face-up banished cards, ignoring its summoning conditions. And if you do, placed Elemental Hero Neos, the summoned monster cannot be returned to the extra deck. Wow, okay, there's just so many, like, I could almost make a video just talking about some of these cards just on their own for targets and stuff. But we still have more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm actually really excited about the Stardust stuff. So here is, this card's coming out in the archive collection. You know what, looking at these, we don't even have like the set name. There is the source down below, but okay, so it's for, okay, Power of the Elements, I believe maybe is the set's name. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and just continue looking at the new other cards coming out in History Archive Collection. So, Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon looks like it's going to be a win. It's going to have 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense points. It's going to be a new Wind Dragon level 8. So its materials are 1 tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner mods. So it is a generic. It says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's each once per turn. The first part of it says, if this card is Synchro Summon, you get to spell some 1 level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard. It needs to be from the deck. I mean, I guess maybe if you use it as material. Second part is, during the main phase, as a quick effect, you attribute this card to spell summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro Summon, then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using monsters you control as material. This turn, that Synchro monster is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Oh, okay, that is pretty interesting. It's just, if someone's a Stardust, and then you get to synchro. It could probably see some play on a lot of different things. I just wish this effect was from the, I mean, if it was from graveyard or deck, that'd be better. But if this was just from the deck, it would honestly make the deck so much better, obviously. But let's check out the new Utopia card. So this is number 39, Utopia Rising. It's a rank 4 light warrior sees effect monster. Attack 0, it's rank 4. The attack is 0 and the defense is 2,000. It's going to be a light warrior, like pretty much everything in the Utopia archetype. Materials 2, level 4 monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is, if this card is special summoned, you can target one number exceeds monster in your graveyard, except for number 39, Utopia Rising, special summon into defense person. Then you can attach all of this card's material to it. Okay, so it's like one of those stacker cards. Okay, and if you see some, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, that's another like card. That's actually a pretty interesting effect. If you exceed summon again, like after you detach it as material, you could just bring the card back when you're stacking more. This is actually really good for any like Zexo weapons, although that hasn't really been super popular. Unless you're playing a Master Duel and you're ranked like rookie, you don't see Utopia, right? But anyways, those are some crazy new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm more interested in like the hero stuff than anything. And wow, did they actually deliver for once? There's so many like ideas that we can come up with. But anyways, thanks for tuning, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you want to see some gameplay and stuff on these in the future, we'll definitely be covering it. So subscribe, turn the bell to see more. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.